Okay, so I'm back and I couldn't help it. I took like a quick little nap. And now I want to do a reading, a card reading for this planetary energy that we're currently working with. I feel that it has a lot to do with work, your work environment, career, life purpose. And so I have a feeling that going into this reading, we're going to take a look at our next, the energy coming in regards to our life purpose, or basically because your life purpose and your career should intertwine to some extent, but sometimes they are on different paths. But the next step in your career is directly intertwined with your spiritual purpose, with your spiritual passion. You might not be aware to the extent in which these two correlate, which is why you have refrained from blending the two or moving forward on this next action in the past. It's taken you time to realize the blending of the spiritual work that you do every single day. The blending of your majesty, which is the blending of your majesty that you introduce to the common folk every single day. Okay, that must be Leo. That must be all the Leo energy communicating. So Leo is the entrepreneur. Leo is the business person. Leo represents small business establishments. So the fifth house can show you like local entertainment centers and like local clubs and whatever, your local coffee shop. That very owner or the act of business in itself could be found in the fifth house in ways in which it entertains others, in which it is a service that is in display. Now, the information and the details and the communication and the marketing of such business happens in the third house, and the actual work and organization and tending to the nitty-gritty would happen in the sixth house of Virgo. So I got for my birthday from my beautiful sister Tiara, one of my younger sisters, the herbal astrology. And inside it says, "You are the medicine." The herbal astrology oracle. So I'm going to tune in and pick a herbal astrology card, which I've really been enjoying. They have all kinds of stuff in here. They have like psilocybin and poppy and cannabis, which is pretty interesting, and lion's mane and calendula. They have all of the amazing herbs, and I love how they directly correlate it to the spiritual journey of unfoldment. And there is astrology tied in. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have Tulsi. And look what it says. Shit. Hold on. It says wealth. And it has the peacock of beauty. This is that majesty energy, that majestic energy. The peacock is representative of royalty and beauty and vanity to an extent, but not necessarily, because the peacock entertains by showing off its beauty. The peacock gains attention and admiration by allowing you to be enamored with the beautiful display that it embodies. We have the number 19. 1 plus 9 is 20. 20 alone as a number would be 2. So there is a partnership or a pairing happening here. I do see a person and a peacock. So this could be a spiritual guide coming in to lead you into your next career choice, into your next career path. You're being led by beauty. You are being led by beauty at this time. And I'm also noticing a fountain. And for those of you who watch The Quietest Revolution, she talks a lot about the fountain, where one goes to the fountain to manifest one's desires and dreams, and in abundance, knowing that the fountain is there to respond. So we have wealth and beauty, the flow of wealth and beauty. We have some sort of like traditional atmosphere as well. There could be like some tradition tied into this place. And it's centered around feminine beauty, but there's an aspect of modesty as well. There are acts of devotion tied in, and which we are meant to share the blessings that the divine has gifted upon us. We are here to share and be a conduit and channel for the divine in a way that we transfer healthy energy stories onto the individuals who have been chosen by the divine to meet you at the place in which you are. So there's a cleansing and clarifying effect as well. Beautiful. There's a beautiful act of submission here as you allow yourself to be led by the magic that's before you. If you aren't aware of magic in the past, you are going to become aware of it now, because it's going to be flowing directly through you, through your hands, so to speak. The next location in which you are to begin your career that is tied into your spiritual purpose, there's a lot of wealth and abundance there. There's no one there who is in lack. You will find none in a lack mindset, which will help and increase your wealth mindset and allow abundance to flow in fluidly and without obstruction. Where there is more than one in my name, I will be present. So basically, when there is a hive mind intact, the group tends to become successful. We have Mercury and Jupiter here. Mercury representing colleagues, Mercury representing communication, marketing, the people in which you are looking to collaborate as well. Jupiter is the guru and the teacher. And Mercury also expends information as Jupiter expands the vision and the intellectual capacity and the worldview. So there's going to be an expansion in those in which you are actually collaborating with and in those in which you communicate with daily. There is a lot of travel as well. There is a lot of foot traffic. So you will see a lot of in and out, a lot of movement to and fro. And you will be learning a lot about people in particular. You will be receiving a ton of information, and your ability to listen will be expanded, enhanced, and tested as well. There's a very grounded approach here, although this endeavor or this location or this job of spreading beauty, allowing yourself to be admired, you're ironically grounded because she has bare feet on the ground as she allows the water to flow before her. She knows what she's manifesting, and she's using the gift of her spiritual ancestors to bring it forth, as well as the spirit guides who have chosen her, one of that being the peacock. Very nice. 1 plus 9 is 2, which is that union and that pair bonding. So there will be pair bonding occurring in this new situation as well, moving forward. We have a new beginning and a completion. A new door opens, and as you step into this new door, you will see a multitude of completions unfolding before you, in which that bring you gain, such as the 9 of Pentacles. The 1 and the 9 is an independent move forward at first. Yes, it's an initial independent decision and or move, which will then bring you into collaboration, closing old doors behind you. There's nothing to fear, only look forward. So with that, I'm actually going to pull the Oracle Guidebook, Create by the Creator. Oh, and the creator of this astrological deck is Adriana Ayales, artwork by Josephine Clerks. And the artwork is magnificent. It speaks volumes. Let me show you once again. You can hear Gloria. You can hear Nana in the background. My Frenchie. My little 5-month-old Frenchie. She's 5 months now. All right, number 19. Let's see what this says. Tulsi, wealth. In the upright position, it is true wealth, prosperity, charismatic, vivacious, luxury, beauty, auspicious. So this is luxury, beauty, and wealth in your next career sector that involves your spiritual reality, bringing beauty to your life and to the life of others. In some form, though, when reversed, it can represent naivety, vanity, ignorance, emptiness, immaturity, obsession of the material world. And then we have the astrological rulers of Mercury and Jupiter. Tulsi, also known as Tulasi, is frequently mentioned as one of the main pillars of herbal medicine in ancient Ayurvedic texts, some dating back to as far as 5000 BC. It is known as the incomparable one, the queen of herbs, and the mother medicine of nature. In the ancient Vedic text, the Bhagavata Purana, the queen of herbs is noted as the plant embodiment of Lakshmi, wife of Vishnu, and known as goddess of wealth and generosity. In Hindu mythology, Tulsi is regarded as a living gateway between heaven and earth and believed to be a manifestation of the divine within, which is that cohesion with your work in the world and the service and the oneness with the divine Holy Spirit. Along trade routes from Asia to Europe, Christians used Tulsi in rituals and called it holy basil. Across cultures, Tulsi was regarded as a symbol of divinity and purity. Found in many Ayurvedic formulas, Tulsi is regarded as rasayana, master plants that assist in longevity and rejuvenation. It has been used to treat intestinal gas, colds, flu, headaches, migraines, anxiety, weakness, memory enhancement, premature aging, tumors, and much more. With its ability to enhance cerebral circulation and memory, Tulsi greatly embodies the archetype of Mercury, the great communicator, who governs our conscious mind, perception, understanding, along with primarily the nervous system and respiratory system. Tulsi is also ruled by Mercury's polarity, Jupiter, as it is an adaptogenic plant that increases longevity, immunity, while having a strong auspicious nature known to boost spiritual abilities. So there is a lot of communication tied into this, the great communicator who governs our conscious mind, perception, and understanding. So this could, I feel like you're going to be in a teaching position related to awakening the inner beauty. You can be placed in luxury positions where you are facilitating services on a high-end luxury scale, which is simultaneously putting you in a teaching position. I don't know how else to explain that. A guide and a healer. So the guidance from the Tulsi, it says, the Tulasi goddess sits proudly facing her beautiful peacock, symbolizing heaven on earth. She raises her arms with grace, aiming them like wands to catalyze magic and wealth. The fountain is centered between the goddess and the peacock, representing the wellspring created between earth, the manifest world, heaven, the spirit world. Peacock embodies the medicine of auspiciousness. So there's great auspiciousness in your next climb forward in your career. If you've been contemplating a career move, or if you've been looking forward to a transition, or you feel that one is coming, know that this is an extremely auspicious time full of magic and beauty, reminding you that we are the living gateway to the greatest of mysteries. Tulsi is here today to teach that the key to Jupiter's doorway, which is abundance and wisdom, is to live, create, and communicate. So you're going to be creating and communicating, whether it's an experience of pleasure and luxury, or really being able to innocently, right? Because we see and communicate from a place of wonder and innocence and impeccability, and innocently direct people on their true path, in which it is. And it could even be a service position, but it's one of luxury, rather than doubt and confusion. Don't be fooled by material possessions or the vanity often worshipped in the material world. Tune into deeper realities that abound around you. Be spontaneous and celebrate your temple just as you are. I mean, I also feel like this could be a warning that you could be potentially be working with a lot of vain people who value only physical beauty and material things. And this is why you're being placed exactly where you're going to be placed, to actually bring unfoldment to the true beauty which lies within, which is going to be funneled through the service or position that you provide. That's interesting. Let's get another one. Why not? I really like this deck. What else do we need to know about our next career move? What's coming for us in career and this possible transition? The transition is possible, and the transition looks really good ahead. Further alignment is due to you. Further alignment is due to you. Yeah, you've worked long and hard, and with seemingly small steps of moving forward, but this next stage is going to show you how far you've actually come and where your investments truly lie. Okay, that's interesting. So we have the Damayana, the Beloved, which is 11. And then so we have this dual again. We have two. So I don't know if you're going into business with someone in particular, or you're just going to be working hand on hand with one person, with one individual. So even if you're working within a company, there's going to be only one person that you're going to be reporting to. But it looks like this is a relationship that is going to be equally supported. And it also looks fated as well, the Beloved. This is someone that you will learn and become to love. We have a Venus and Pluto here. So you might actually meet your next love or spouse on the job site. And then we have the Motherwort, Strength. You might be falling in love with someone when you receive this next job opportunity, or when you begin this new life path. It will simultaneously put you into alignment to your beloved, to your loved one. Damina. This also looks like the Temperance card. You know, look at the angel wings in the background here, and you know how the Temperance is holding two goblets, alchemizing fire and water essentially, and grounding it into the earth sphere. What I see here is Venus ruling Libra and Taurus, Pluto ruling Scorpio. So we have Taurus, Scorpio axis, which is about money and finances, soul contracts and karma, taboos and riches, beauty, money and transformation, sex, femininity, sexual organs as well. The exploration and the deeper exploration of these taboos and hidden things. We see obsession as well, as Pluto and Venus is like a Hades, Persephone kind of deal, where there's you're being enraptured by a particular loved one. But this could also be you falling in love with your next chapter at hand in regards to career. You can feel that you've really found your purpose in life, and that you can finally like let your guards down. There's an energy of peace being flowing here, but again, some emphasis on that beauty, relational aspect with Venus and Libra. This is relationships and contracts. You may be embodying a new contract and or agreement that really puts you in the win. So it could even be an investment. This is an angel investment, or coming upon an angel investor as well. An angel investment and an angel investor, someone who's looking to bless you with a new opportunity, someone who has a little bit of extra to give, a little bit extra wealth to give, and they want to nurture others. This is also a partnership where both people will be nurtured. This is a give and take, but with there only being one cup, this angel investor or this partner or this leader can just be in a position to give to you freely because you are naturally deserving, and this is divinely appointed. So allow yourself to receive it, is what I am understanding. We have the crow here, which reminds us to pay attention to the signs. But the crows also represent death. So this could be also news after like a particular ending with the Plutonian energy here. Pluto, could be like some sort of like love resurrecting with the 11. That's like a twin flame number, but that has nothing to do with, I think that this is going to lead you onto the right path to discovering or solidifying a life partner. Let's read what the guidebook has to say with number 11. It's Damayana, number 11. The beloved. So upright, it's magnetism, attraction, kindred spirit. So yeah, just someone or a group or a community that you just really are getting comfortable with. You really feel like you belong. And if it's not the entire community, you're going to have at least one person, one playmate, platonic or not, in this path, in this environment in particular. The soulmate or the intimate relationship could be found outside of the work atmosphere. It's more so that you taking this path that begins to open other doors along that path that will bring a potential lover. But this is like a very strong attraction, a very strong love, a very strong connection. The Venus and Pluto is also wealth and a lot of money. Venus is money and Pluto is extreme wealth. So again, we have more energy of abundance. The Damayana is an herb of Venus. Okay, so we have, magnetism, attraction, kindred spirits, soulmates, relationships, intimacy, sacred play, finding the beloved within. So falling in love with your craft, and falling in love with what you're doing, and falling in love with yourself again, and falling in love with life again. It's like rediscovering the joy of life after a long period of suffering and feeling like you weren't ever going to reach this end goal because it was hard to perceive. Damayana is a native to Central and South America, and its use dates back to the ancient Maya and Aztecs. Traditionally, Damayana is a rejuvenating plant said to restore sexual vitality, which is your creative energy, and strengthen the reproductive system, as well as commonly used for depression and anxiety. So that's going to be alleviated as well, where you may have been experiencing some depression and or anxiety due to your current workload and responsibilities. That is going to be completely smoothed out for you. Like, you're really going to enjoy what you're doing. In a classic love potion found among the Maya and several indigenous peoples of Mexico, fresh juice is made from the leaves and flowers of Damayana and sweetened with sugarcane. Mayan ceremonial drinks used in religious rites often involved Damayana and or cacao. The Maya also chewed on the leaves or used them as a poultice, and even as a smoke for relaxation and lung cleansing. Their word for Damayana literally meant asthma broom. In folk medicine throughout the Americas, Damayana has been identified as an aphrodisiac, antidepressant, tonic, diuretic, and cough suppressant. It was also used to treat menstrual irregularities and cramps, constipation, asthma, bronchitis, headaches, stomach aches, gastric ulcers, performance anxiety, and more. Like Damayana, Venus, the planet of beauty and art, is said to rule the metamorphosis of cells, their reproduction, enrichment, and transformation, as well as the preservation of the body, the reproductive system, and the harmony between all systems of the body. So this herb in particular is what keeps us fresh in our ability to create, to remain creative, to remain fertile, to remain active, to remain turned on, to remain lustful towards life, to remain excited about life, wanting more, simultaneously making us become a lot more attractive and oozy and gooey and yummy and delicious. So the guidance, Damayana represents the universal principle of the beloved within relationships and within ourselves. The alchemy of polarity is what we're made of, and in this integration of opposites is that which births the beloved. This card represents the journey of coming together and reuniting with oneself, a lover, friend, family member, or any important person in your life. You're about to meet someone very important on this next journey and chapter and leg. You are in an important period of making choices and establishing healthy boundaries, especially with those you'd like to deepen and expand, or those that you feel the need to shed or distance yourself from. Damayana reminds us of the importance of shaking off rigidity that often depletes creative reserves and sacred play. If you feel unsatisfied and emotionally unavailable even to those whom you love, take the time to be in solitude and nourish your creative centers. Often separation becomes the basis to reunite again in a higher frequency. This is sounds like a union. True, you could be working for a union in that case. True self-love is the key to lasting relationships with others, and most importantly with yourself. Amen. That's incredible. And then we have the motherwort here. And ironically, the motherwort has the uterus over here. So there's a hyper emphasis on the uterus and the heart and the sexuality. Some of you might be working with mothers. Some of you might be working with children. Some of you might be working in a healthcare setting. Some of you might be entering a field in which enhances the feminine health, feminine beauty. This is also a time in which you will become extremely fertile and reproductive, giving you the proper energy and resources to grow your business, whether you're opening up your own business and birthing something new with that Leo energy, business owner energy, and just preparing yourself to really open up and see what you've been harboring this whole entire time. So we have the beloved and strength, and I tucked in the other card, sadly, and wealth. So we have strength, wealth, and the beloved. And then we have Venus. So yeah, I was right. So we have Venus here and Venus here. So here's this like Venus Pluto obsession and like deep fertility as well, but great money and wealth. We have another Venus sign, really great wealth. That's a sign of money as well. And then the Tulsi, let me see in which it's a mercurial herb, okay. So the motherwort, yes, okay. So we have a support system. Like I mentioned before, you're going to feel extremely supported, and you're going to be in a position to support others just as equally, but you, for the most part, are going to feel welcomed and loved. This is just a place where you're just going to really be able to open up and truly manifest like your dream life, whether that's calling in your partner or truly blending in with your internal needs and preparing to bring children into this life and or to birth a new reality, something new, something that you've been harboring, like something that's been cooking within you. This is really amazing. This is beautiful. I see gentle, love, understanding, receptivity, welcome. I just feel warmth and acceptance. This reminds me of this is Leo, Venus and Leo over here. Yep, and then we have Venus in Sagittarius, Pluto in Sagittarius over here. Very interesting. Okay, so our final card and our final energy. I think this is just a really good omen. It's meant to make us excited and to not be afraid about our next step forward in our career and spiritual sector. Upright, we have strength, essence of creation, connecting to the creatrix within, fertility, birth, creativity, and inner trust. And in its likeness, or reversed, we have weakness, feeling depleted, an opened heart, disappointment, disconnection from creation, lack of creativity, right? Where it's like you probably feel dead in your current work position, or just feel like it's giving you no life. And it's like, I feel like where you are right now, where you're moving forward, is you're gonna go from feeling depleted to feeling whole. The astrological ruler is Venus, like I mentioned. The botanical name Lenoris cardiaca comes from the ancient Greek leon for lion and aura for tail, referring to the plant's leaf, which resembles a lion's tail. Does it? Cardiaca pertains to the herb's actions on the heart. As a whole, the name translates to lion-hearted, a term that speaks to motherwort's action on the physical, cardiovascular system and the emotional, spiritual heart. Motherwort has a strong history of use in both Europe and Asia and is associated with aiding mothers and women. Many cultures have used motherwort to honor their goddess of fertility because of the herb's association with Venus and the moon. It was considered a protective plant, especially useful in spells to guard pregnant women and their unborn children from envy or evil air. It was often planted around the home or hung from doorways, as it was said to keep away unwanted guests, both physical and supernatural. Motherwort was either smoked or burned to use for smoke cleansing, as it would drive bad spirits out of the house. Many species of motherwort were used for heart protection and for counter magic to reverse a curse. Japanese folklore tells of a town where the main water source was a stream fed by rainwater trickling through hills of motherwort. The inhabitants of the village drank daily from this stream and were bestowed with extraordinarily long life, up to 130 years old. Ancient Greeks used motherwort to treat anxiety. There's the anxiety, depression, heart palpitations, and nervousness in pregnant women. So, I mean, a lot of us might jump into a new situation and end up with a new baby, kind of unexpectedly. Leading, after following a move of a job or a transition in the work environment. And traditional Chinese medicine, motherwort is used to invigorate the blood and the guidance. Like the radiance of a lion's heart, motherwort's energy builds inner trust and confidence. The lion heart, motherwort, is representative of the beauty we possess when we own the power of our gifts and creativity. The goddess sits centered as the lion leans on her in a state of peaceful delight, symbolizing the unwavering faith we must keep as we transcend old fears. Venus, her planetary ruler, is like a midwife to our happiness, channeling how we accept and transmit our heart's desires. Find new ways to facilitate creativity that honor and reveal your passions and strength. Devote yourself to the fertility of your gifts and courageously accept your divine destiny. Wow. So you're being opened from within. So if you're doing any heart-centered affirmations, if you're doing any heart-centered work, healing the feminine energy within your life, healing the mother bond, healing the bond with the mother, healing the bond with your body, healing the bond with your feminine, healing your feminine energy, this is just going to open the doorways to like so many opportunities like you have no idea. You could be minding your own business, being centered on healing and forgiving, and then this new opportunity open. So this is what I have for you at this time in regards to your next move in work and career, and how successfully you'll be aligning with your spiritual path while upgrading your material world. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.